Like flying automobiles, a portless phone seems like a pipe dream that would be thrilling to have. And now, there are reports that the iPhone 15 will be the first portless smartphone. Is there a reason for the shift? And how will it influence iPhone owners' charging experiences? To uncover this, join us today as we discuss iPhone 15 without button, Apple leaks portless iPhone and crazy features, European Union's law. As a result of EU efforts, new legislation favoring the universal charging port has been enacted. Finally, USBC has replaced every other charging connector. Particularly among Android devices, USBC has become the norm. Apple, however, got stuck with the Lightning connector as the industry standard despite its age. Yet, if the EU directive becomes law, Apple must adjust its practices accordingly. Beginning in the fall of 2024, the legislation will mandate that all handheld electronics feature USB-C charging connectors. However, it has been stated that Apple would implement the change sooner and may do it as early as 2023. Additionally, the regulation only applies to newly manufactured products, which means that Apple is allowed to keep selling all of its current Lightning-powered models for as long as it sees fit. However, as soon as Apple releases an upgraded model like the iPhone 15, the necessity to charge over USB-C will become effective. However, there are reports that Apple would prefer to avoid the notion and would prefer to go portless. Therefore, stay tuned for more details about this topic. Apple's USB-C. In order to meet with upcoming European rules, we are sure Apple is thinking of replacing the Lightning connector on the iPhone 15 models with a USB-C port. In order to comply with these requirements, Apple would need to equip iPhones sold in Europe with USB-C connectors. As a result, the company must either implement a design change that affects the whole product line or create unique iPhones for the European market. Nevertheless, it seems that Apple was already aware of this regulation. In Mark Gurman's Power On newsletter, he noted that Apple has been preparing for this law. I think the company will even-handedly beat the due date with its most visible products. The iPhone 15 is essentially a lock to get USB-C in the fall of 2023, beating the mandate by a year. Well, we can't wait to see what Apple comes up with, and you can be sure that we'll keep you apprised of any developments here, so be sure to subscribe with notifications so you do not miss out. Portless iPhone 15? While it is rumored that the company has been planning to develop a portless iPhone for quite some time, it's essential first to consider why such a device would be desirable before considering its downsides, like a charging problem, which we will discuss momentarily. The iPhone already has the capability of functioning as a wireless device for the vast majority of situations. For example, you can wirelessly charge it using MagSafe, wirelessly transmit files using AirDrop, and wirelessly connect it to headphones. All of these features are accessible on the new iPad Pro. Apple has a significant investment in developing the absolute finest wireless headphones, so perhaps it may be considered achieving that ambition of becoming wireless. Even while a portless gadget may save you a little bit of room, the ultimate objective is to make your device wireless. Aside from this one advantage, we do not see any more that might come from such an approach when it comes to charging. Case in point, if the iPhone were to lose its port, charging would be far more expensive, and some of the most exciting capabilities, like ProRes video, would be very difficult to utilize without the iPhone's proprietary Lightning cable and Apple's image capture software for Mac. Charging problem. The lack of a charging port is the most significant issue with the portless iPhone 15. As it is, iPhones have the reputation of being the industry's slowest charging premium handsets. If you're used to the sluggish charging rates of a Lightning connection, you'll be pleasantly surprised to learn that wireless charging is considerably slower. Here's where the issue of cost becomes acute. MagSafe only allows for a 60% top-off in the same amount of time that a wired charger would take to go from 0% to 95%. Therefore, there is a significant time difference between the two. To elaborate further, if wireless charging offers you 60% battery life in an hour, cable charging will give you 90% battery life in the same amount of time. Anyway, a poor charging speed will be a deal breaker, given how much time people spend on their phones. So perhaps Apple should include a solution to address this issue. The situation might be avoided altogether if Apple had adopted USB-C. Keep in mind that MagSafe is not cheap. It requires a MagSafe certified charger and a charging brick, both of which cost at least $60 as of this video. Certainly not something that each and every consumer would be prepared to pay, right? Aside from the iPhone and iPad, Apple's lineup of Lightning port-enabled products now includes the Apple Watch. As time goes on, we anticipate a shift away from the Lightning port that is now used by Apple's AirPods, Magic Mouse, and keyboard. If Apple sticks to its usual schedule, we may expect the iPhone 15 variants to debut in September 2023, So what do you guys think? Will iPhone 15 come without buttons? Kindly share your views with us in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.